are here for an evening on cocktails, cannabis and conversation, hosted by the Bar and Restaurant Group UK.
In the last sort of 20 odd plus years of having the cinema club and running it much like a passion project, I would like to believe that this restaurant, in this kind of an environment, the old Westminster Library, is possibly the biggest clash you could imagine of juxtaposition, a collision of very many different worlds and lots of different flavors, lots of different ideas, lots of different cultures coming together. We never imagined there would be a Netflix one day, that there might be a Heeramandi one day.
जलने को है तैयार हम एक बार देख लीजिए.
Next to you.
Smooth. So how's it been for you so far?
I don't think I've been doing a lot.
No?
No, not a lot. But I managed to have such wonderful people here, so thank you so much.
We must start with congratulating you on an epic show that was Heeramandi. I mean, it has been, I think it's been very, very big. So tell me, at the moment, how are you feeling with your emotions?
This is all thanks to Mr. Bansali. I think he is a genius. Anybody he kind of touches, they start doing well in their lives. And this has been like a rebirth for me. I feel extremely grateful and extremely humbled by the love that I'm receiving, both in India, in Dubai, right now in UK, wherever I've been.
And in Pakistan.
And in Pakistan. I haven't walked the roads there yet, but then I'll take a word for it.
Yes.
Right. In fact, I would also like to say Dhaka then. Getting a lot of love from there. So, but from all over, and this has not happened to me in my life. I value this a lot. I value every person on the street who recognizes you is like encouragement for the 15 years that have passed by, you know, and now it just kind of reinstates that hard work does pay off. Before it was just hard work, not knowing where it's going to lead, but now you know. So that's how I feel. I feel very, very humble and grateful.
So thanks to Sanjay Leela Bansali, we actually found you.
And Netflix, because without Netflix, we wouldn't have reached 190 countries. So in the row, Mr. Bansali, Netflix, my mom, and then my team. I never kept a plan B open for me, right? I never thought that, you know what, I'm gonna try this, and if this doesn't, then I'll go on to this. I think my mindset was very clear. I followed a story of Alexander the Great, in which when he landed on the banks of India, he turned around and he said, burn the boats, right? Because it was either you make it or you die trying, right? So for me, there was no looking back or looking some other direction. There was no other direction. This was the direction. To be very honest, once you pass like 8-9 years into the industry, you just don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, right? So it's like you've come so far.
You can't. There's no going back.
There's no going back. Your whole career is now here. It's on stake. So I just believe that the more doors I knock on, the more people I ask for help, the more I work on myself. One day the sun will rise for me, and so it did. But it's not like I never felt down. But the one thing that always kept me going, no matter what, was always the routine that I had set for myself.
Yeah.
Every morning I get up, I train, I sweat it out. And I'm saying sweat like actually profusely sweat. It's not just going and working out.
Is that more of a mental thing? Was that more of a mental thing for you?
It's
so that mentally
yeah.
you feel good, not just physically when you're working out.
Yeah, no. I think it's all connected. You know, a strong mind is a strong body. A strong body is a strong mind. So you just gotta, you know, I like they say, fake it till you make it. So many things, right?
Yeah.
So like all these things are basically saying that one thing affects the other, right? So my motivation of getting up and eating the frog, or rather like getting my training and my classes out of the way, and then using the rest of the day to actually build relationships go out, get people's numbers, network, hustle, right? And maybe try and watch a movie a day for education purposes. And then you go to bed, you repeat. So the one thing that constantly kept me going was this dopamine that I got from always managing to complete my tasks. And I would always, and I still do, my team knows that I would consistently overcrowd the time, right? I would almost put, what, don't give me like that.
Eyes.
Shivani's
eyes.
In the eyes, right? Sometimes I pile on 2-3 things.
Yeah.
So because of that, I've always kept myself as busy as possible. Whether I'm reading, whether I'm going to my classes, whether I'm networking. So my time was so chock-a-blocked anyway. That it didn't seem new that I've got to go out and do this. Now it's just a different level that you're doing the same thing on. So of course my thing all started because for me, I just wanted to entertain people. I was in boarding school when I was in 4th, 5th and 6th grade. So because of that, we used to have group crying sessions.
Wow.
It was just one thing from that I felt like I needed to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Right? So I would just like act stupid and get people to laugh. So therefore that just became almost, for me it became like a defense mechanism. At the same time it became happiness for other people. So I think that's where it started from. There are too many advisors. But if one, I would say drop your ego. You know, there's nothing which is too small to do. You know, so don't think it's beneath you. You know, you have to. Man, you know what? It's like people might call it different things. Really, people might call it sucking up, or you know. But I believe that when you drop your ego and you don't feel like anything's too small for you, then you're willing to do everything. You're willing to learn everything. You kept your mind open. You kept yourself vulnerable. You know, you kept your mind curious. You know, and that's how you should be. So drop the ego and you know, throw yourself out there, really. And there is no alternative to hard work. And when I mean hard work, like day in, day out, build your routine, sacrifice your cafes, sacrifice your clubbing, sacrifice your drinks, sacrifice your vacation, sacrifice your friends, sacrifice.
Got it. Understood.